HASA stands for the Hoosier Agribusiness Science Academy, and it's kind of a two-part. We have an SI to it, which is the Summer Institute. HASA goes year-round. We try to keep it in the schools, and then in the summer, it's focused with the Summer Institute that's here at Purdue University campus. So during the school year, many of the things that we've done over the summer, we try to connect those with some of the courses that they're taking back at the schools. So whether it is a animal science type of project or a plant science project we do in the summer, we try to get in contact with those teachers to let them know these are the things that they've learned, and then when those are being implemented in the schools. So the idea is that hopefully those things are being reinforced over and over and over again. So now we're going into our 7th year. It started off as the Ag Discovery Camp, and then in 2010, the Lieutenant Governor at the time had a program that actually was called the HASA program, and we kind of merged together because they wanted to have an extension in the summer. And when those two formed, it continued on, and now it's completely here at Purdue, and so a total now of 6 years and going into our 7th year. So the idea, of course, is to learn about all the areas of STEM in agriculture, and STEM being the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we take that and put an ag twist to it. So they're learning about the botany, they're learning about the food science, but not only just show and tell, they're actually getting involved. They're doing dissecting, they're learning about dichotomous things and what actually not only goes into your food, but to the clothing, to the house that you live in, but just all the science and the high tech that's in agriculture. When they come here, I think many of them have some of these ideas like, oh, we're going to go see a farm and see some pigs, and maybe, you know, maybe play in the dirt type of deal. And some of them have actually said that we do a pre and post test. And so their limitations are on what their thoughts are different. But when they leave, or at least on the last day when they're doing their presentations, they're like, whoa, I didn't know that was a career. I didn't know that I can do these different types of things. I didn't know there was so much science and it was difficult in agriculture. The program is important for the students to attend because we primarily look to bring in URMs, underrepresented minority youth, who aren't exposed necessarily to the fields of agriculture, or at least directly exposed to it. They are indirectly because we all eat and we all do these things, but many times no one's ever explained that has an there's a seed that was planted, there's some dirt that was harvested and things of that nature. And so the real importance of it is that we're exposing them and giving them more options than just what they thought was out there. My favorite part actually is going to some of the schools, meeting some of the teachers, and truth be told, it's probably when the parents come to the orientation, because some of them are still going, I'm not sure about this. And then we let them know the things that they're going to be doing and what they're going to be exposed to. And many of the students and the parents all of a sudden have a new spin as well. So I believe that we're actually educating not only the students, but many of the parents who may have had a negative connotation toward agriculture in itself. It's huge having those charitable contributions because many of our students are unfortunately on reduced lunch programs, or the families, they may be single parents and so on and things of that nature. So having funds to be able to give them a breadth of agriculture over a 2-week program is very important. And so those charitable funds really help us to intensify what's done in the labs, the field trips to the corporations, and then just meeting different people around the campus as well. One of my favorite things, of course, with technology and the world of the internet, of course, there's a program that's called Wordle, and it basically takes words and phrases and stuff, and you can put them into it, and it makes this big graph of what is commonly said when you have a large group of students. So we do a pre and a post test. During the pre-test, when the students get here, we ask them, think of all the words that you affiliate or are synonymous with agriculture. And so, of course, the biggest one is farming. You have animals. There was about a 7 to 8 word vocabulary that was all shown in this Wordle. At the end of the program, we ask them the same thing. And other words come out like sustainability, food security, food science, forestry, and these other terminologies that they didn't know was all part of agriculture. And so that's one thing, and one way we can show that they're growing. If nothing else, they're growing vocabulary and will be able to speak more fluently and with more education about the field of agriculture. Really, the one thing I would love to share about HASA is just it's an important program not only to the Office of Multicultural Programs, but I believe to the college as well, because we're starting the development of a pipeline. If we want to bring in these students and get more exposure to agriculture, particularly to URMs, we have to start at a younger age and to get them to see the opportunities. Whether they choose to go into it or not, if we can get them to at least think about it, because many of the students don't even have it on their radar. So if we can just get them to think about it, I believe this is a good way that we can continue to influence youth and then hopefully see some of those later on at Purdue or maybe other schools, but hopefully Purdue University.